access to business opportunities, and a lot of them aren't really looking for finance if they're coming from India. A lot of them are in enterprise tech or digital transformation, and they're wanting connecting into our big corporates. So AI is definitely the theme of the moment, and I think there's a number of areas that you can look at AI in London. So one is that London is genuinely at the forefront now of sort of the global AI hub, and we need to work really hard to maintain that position. And in recent weeks, we've seen international businesses choose London for their international AI hubs. So you've got OpenAI, Scale AI, CoreWeave, who are here this week. Salesforce just announced last week that they're putting their first ever global AI hub into London. Microsoft have got their hub here. So I feel as if it's a real testament to the strength of London and the ecosystem of why all these international companies want to do AI here. And it's a whole sort of ecosystem. So 22 of our universities do AI courses here. And I think what's also exciting about London is the fact that we're wanting to build AI in a responsible way. And I think that's why businesses want to come and build here. You took the words out of my mouth already. I think it is the diversity and inclusion. I lived in Silicon Valley and I love that part of the world, and I still do. Incredible in terms of the ambition that they have and that kind of scalability of the businesses. They always want to 100x, whereas some of our businesses want to just start 10xing. But I think our sort of USP is our focus on inclusion. You know, we speak 230 languages in London. So anyone from around the world know that they'll get a very warm welcome here, and they can find diverse talent. Really, really important. So, you know, as we're building technology for the products of tomorrow, it has to be built by diverse teams. There's all sorts of different forms of visibility, whether they want a booth and a stand. I mean, look how busy it is. Or whether they want an opportunity to speak on stage. But I think also what we've done with London Tech Week is we've made it open to everybody. So there's an enterprise zone, there's a startup zone, there's a founders stage so they can come and pitch. There's an investor lounge, which we never had before. So we've got over 1,000 investors, over 5,000 startups, 70 hours of content. So we've really thought carefully about how to meet the needs of different audiences, and then worked super hard to bring in those delegates from all around the world. And it's not just here on campus. There's fringe events happening all over London and actually all across the UK. So once these international delegates are coming in, they're then being taken to different parts of London, whether that's Plexel on the Olympic Park, whether that's Local Globe at King's Cross, whether that's Level 39 in Canary Wharf. Everyone's hosting tech companies this week. Great question. So we have teams in 15 cities around the world. They're in India, China, North America, Europe. A lot of their day-to-day work is going out, finding those high-growth businesses, talking to them about the opportunities in London. And then we have teams here who can then really help to connect them into the ecosystem, make sure they can access the funding, the opportunities, the talent. And that's really why London is so attractive, because we do have the talent, we do have the funding, even though it's been quite tight in recent months and probably the last year. But we have been seeing some really, really good levels of investment as well, especially in the last few months. And we have incredible access to corporates. And London and Partners help these businesses access the right decision makers and plug them into the ecosystem. A lot of the scale-ups want to meet their peers in the same sector. So we have a whole series of community events so they can meet other fintechs or other clean tech companies. So I think probably two of the most obvious ones, which I get most excited about, is AI for good, and how we can, London is all around purpose and ethical AI, but also making a difference to society. So whether that's in healthcare, whether that's in climate tech, and the investment we're seeing coming into London right now, a lot of that is into the climate tech space. Impact investing is really big right now, so I see that trend continuing. And then you're looking at things like the legal sector. Legal tech's going to get big, I think, in terms of an industry that hasn't fully been disrupted yet. So that's, I think we can sort of be starting to watch out for that. But I think the big societal changes will be health and climate.